and I will try to share also the experience of Cambodia. So, distinguished members of the Global Alliance for Clean Cook Stove, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to Cambodia. I noted that you came since Sunday because I heard that your meeting started quick off since Monday. So hope that the 4 days meeting will be a successful one and we can learn a lot from you, and hope especially to scale up what you recommend in this forum. So it is my great pleasure to be present in this Clean Cooking Forum 2013, Igniting Change, Fueling Markets and Sparking Adoption. So I would like to express my special appreciation for having the opportunity of sharing some thought on the relevance of the Global Alliance for Clean Cook Stove, specifically in today's national Cambodian development context. Let me also endorse the ambitious global goal of the Alliance to foster the adoption of clean cook stove and fuels in 100 million households by 2020. So we need to accelerate. Hope that Cambodia can contribute to this. On behalf of the Ministry of Women's Affairs and the Royal Government of Cambodia, we are proud to be part of this significant global initiative. The topic of today's Clean Cooking Forum is of great relevance to Cambodia for a variety of reasons. Therefore, allow me to elaborate on a few more general national development issues before I focus on some recently implemented Clean Cook Stove program and practice. As you will be aware, climate change, environmental sustainability, and green growth are three issues of national significance which have been emerging amid recent debates on future development in Cambodia. In this context, there are many complex challenges related to the formulation of new policies, institutional arrangements, and program implementation. In brief, these include three broadly still unexplored development fields, which are: number one, the green economy; number two, the use of renewable energy sources such as wind, solar, and biomass; and number three, energy efficient in industries and households by introducing a variety of so-called green technology and innovation. You might also be aware that in recent years, Cambodia has dramatically experienced the impact of a gradually changing global climate. Such impact means in Cambodia that there are extended drought, flooding, rising temperature, and changing weather patterns, all of which are crucial for agriculture and people who are depending on related economic activity. If I may say, the majority, which is 80% of Cambodian people, still rely on rain-fed rice farming as a main source of family income. This drastic change of climate directly threatens people's livelihood. At the same time, depletion of Cambodia forestry and water resources, soaring prices of food and essential commodities are creating substantial hardship for the rural and urban poor, and mostly they are women and children. Yet more than people passively adapting to a changing climate, proactively engaging in environmentally sustainable, climate-friendly human activity is of crucial importance. Only broad-based, responsible, concerted action will meaningfully reduce the emission of so-called greenhouse gas and address the root causes of a changing climate in the long term. As a matter of fact, an ever-globalizing national economy and increasing consumption of energy has already turned Cambodia into a net emitter of greenhouse gases since the early 2000s. For that reason, recently, Cambodia embarked on meeting climate change-related national goals, namely adaptation and mitigation as outlined in a draft of the Cambodia Climate Change Strategic Plan in 2013. As a supportive step, the Ministry of Women's Affairs has proactively established a Gender and Climate Change Committee in September 2011. Since then, this committee has produced a variety of media material to raise public awareness, engage in capacity building of public sector staff, and develop proposals for mitigation and adaptation to climate change impact on community level. We succeeded for the bidding. We succeeded to make adopted our proposal, and especially on capacity building on the, for the line ministry. It's not just for the Ministry of Women's Affairs, but for the line ministry who are working in the field of green growth and climate change. Thank you. And it's a coincidence, maybe it's not really a coincidence, but this morning I was attending the newly established National Council on Green Growth. It was launched this morning, and also it was launched also a national policy on green growth, 2013-2030, this morning, and it was presided by the Prime Minister at the Council of Ministers. So you can see the commitment of Cambodia for this green growth and how we can, green growth, climate change, and how we can mitigate and adapt to this change of climate and also to all the impact led by this, environmental change. So as I said, simultaneously, a national policy on green growth 2013-2030 was launched exactly this morning by the newly established National Council on Green Growth, including, of course, this National Council is not just, is led by the Ministry of Environment, but it is an inter-ministerial council. This policy suggests possible paths for short, medium, and long-term implementation of green growth in Cambodia. In doing so, it proposed a win-win situation between economy, environment, and society to show that economic growth, environmental sustainability, and human well-being can be achieved at the same time. As more challenges related to climate change and green growth is related to human economic activity, women's economic empowerment plays an important role in respective national policies and programs. You will agree with me that after setting the stage for mitigation of climate change and green growth, the relevance of clean cook stove in Cambodia becomes most evident. Let me continue by drawing your attention on a few considerations why especially women can become key drivers and agents of climate-friendly development in Cambodia, and how clean cook stoves can contribute significantly to environmentally sustainable development. On a global scale, Cambodia's per capita energy consumption still is one of the lowest in the world. More than 96% of the total energy is used in domestic activities, whereby 83.6% of Cambodian households still rely on firewood as household energy sources. Women are considered as primary energy users for non-commercial activities such as fuel wood and water collection, including cooking as a major household energy consuming activity. In addition, women farmers in rural Cambodia are also active in producing, processing, and trading of agricultural, forestry, and fishery products, and holding families together all at the same time. You can see the superwoman. Therefore, women have a key role. I have to wake you up because it's just 2 o'clock after the lunch, sometime digestion. Therefore, women have a key role to play in natural resource management. Environmental sustainability relies on women's participation and knowledge to a high degree. On community level, many successful women-led environmental initiatives have been conducted in the past. These include, for example, I will give you, just due to the constraint of time, 3 major programs introducing clean cook stove in Cambodia. The number 1 is the improved cook stove dissemination through women groups, which was supported as part of a project improving livelihood of poor farmers in southern Cambodia. It was supported by ADB. The number 2, the fuel-efficient stoves for school kitchens and tree planting for firewood supply and environmental conservation project, which was implemented by SIDAC, funded by the World Food Programme, and most interestingly, by the global logistic company TNT. So you can see the partnership between private and public for public interest. Number 3, the Wood Energy Network of Cambodia, which was supported by SIDAC, GRS, ARICOP, and the European Commission. If I may just go a little bit on details on the improved cook stove dissemination through women groups project, for example, which covers 130 villages in 3 provinces. By October 2006, around 2,000 clean stoves were made by the villagers themselves, and roughly 3,300 families were using a clean cook stove. There is a remarkable impact, but I will be able to only mention a few outstanding ones. First of all, from an economic perspective, there is substantial saving in fuel consumption and time. For example, 23% less firewood consumption and 20% of cooking time. Some users reported that their saving on fuel is around 40%. Many clean cook stove users reduced their time and labor in collecting firewood and preparing food, and invested more time in farming activity and other productive work, so more income generation activities. The family budget for firewood, stove, and other utensil cleanser was reduced by up to 75%. For those who purchase firewood, there is a saving of around 30% of their firewood budget. The clean stove is more durable. Its average lifetime is 15 months compared to a traditional stove which lasts only 6 months. So you can see the saving. Local small entrepreneurs who build clean stove for sale could earn also substantial additional income from this small-scale industrial activity. Now, from the health and environmental point of view, clean stove improve family health as there is reduced indoor air pollution caused by smoke and exhaustion from wood burning. This is mainly beneficial to women who spend much of their time in indoor cooking. In addition, access to safe drinking water can be improved as apparently water is boiled more often with clean stove. This is very important for Cambodia. There is reduced tree cutting activity and subsequent greenhouse gas emission. Using clean stove save 280 kilos fuel wood per family per year. Therefore, through this project alone, annually approximately 554 tons of firewood is not cut and burned, and 887 tons of equivalent CO2 is not emitted to the atmosphere. In all, the clean cook stove substantially contributed to protecting community forests from quick depletion, women's economic empowerment too, because they save their time so they can spend more time on income generation activities, and also sustainable supply of energy for rural families. All this is in line with the objective of common goal practice for mitigation of climate change, green growth, and environmental sustainability. So I do hope that today's forum can make use of this valuable lesson learned from Cambodia and develop some good ideas for broader outreach and especially scale up the recommendation. So let me conclude by wishing you success and happiness in all professional and personal regards, and welcome to all of you to Cambodia, and hope that you will enjoy your stay here in Cambodia. If I may request something from the organizer, please give them a little bit more available time to visit Cambodia. Thank you.